guys to this special edition of Rumbleslam. You're used to it being on a Friday night, and it's called Fight Night, but today we've got a new edition. We're going to do it sort of once a month or so, and it's going to be a Monday night event, and it's going to be just singles action, bit of tag team. You're going to see some of the guys, some of the MVPs that you don't normally get to see, but what we're actually going to start off with is something that you've heard us talk about quite a bit, which is the beatdown on the Runic Thunders, which happened in the car park some weeks ago when the Runic Thunders were about to make their debut, and that never happened. We're now finally able to show you that footage. The police have cleared it. So what I'm going to do is, before my commentating partner Alan gets here and we get underway, I'm just going to show you that footage because it was fairly brutal. Alright, so here it is, guys. So this is actual unedited footage of what occurred. Straight away you can see it was the werewolf who activated first and initiated all this. So he's making a dexterity roll to see if he can pick up that car. And straight away he did. And then what he's done is he's moving. And now werewolf's pretty swift. The dwarves still haven't even seen what's occurring. So the car's up here. And it's just balancing. And oh my god, it does look like, yep, this guy's got to throw a 4, which is just enough to hit this dwarf here. So he throws him. Now let's see what happens. Does the dwarf manage to dodge it? So let's see, because dwarves, their dexterity is pretty terrible, and it's a 0. As you can clearly see there, meaning that dwarf got hit straight away with a car and instantly was knocked down. Which of course is brutal, especially early in this. Now a car, with it being a size 3 based object, or a weight 3, that caused him 3 damage straight off the bat. Certainly not what you want when you're being attacked. Now because this is a beatdown as well, and an attack sort of after the fact almost, what this actually means is that each of the Critborn Nightmares gets to activate an action first. Then it goes into like a proper turn-by-turn basis. So as you're watching it, you'll be able to see that. So straight away there, they're just moving into position. The only one that could get in was the skeleton. He's going to hit straight away the dwarf from behind. Luckily, dwarves still have really good defense. Because it's a beatdown based attack as well. And for the dwarves, the worst part of this is that he's getting attacked with an extra copper, much like when you bounce someone off the ropes, or when they bounce off the ropes and hit you. So they straight away, but luckily it was a blank. Now the dwarf that he's attacking is known as a dwarf brawler, and this guy is known to be tough. And straight away there, so that was a beatdown on that, well, a reversal, sorry, on that guy, and it ends that activation straight away. Which was pretty lucky for him. Which meant we go now into what would technically be, if this was a wrestling match, the proper turn 1. Obviously the skeleton taking a point of damage, but I think they were probably going to be okay with that. So the werewolf's instantly dodging in because he's got that movement of 5. And he's got 4 actions, so he's able to do a lot in the way of beating down. He's attacking the guy on the floor first, you know, take out the quick guy. And he got a 7. So anybody who's played this before will know that you knock down, you've got a thing of 0, so it takes +2 damage. Now a werewolf would normally do 2 anyway, so it does 4 damage, which actually leaves that dwarf grappler almost out. And then straight away the werewolf's going to do the exact same thing again. And it's a 3, so it's just the 2 damage, which is enough to knock him out though. Now, because of the brutality of this, as I said, it's not been edited anyway, but because there's no crowd there, they don't have to pander to the crowds or anything like that. All that happens is that when a dwarf's defending, if this is the third or fourth hit, or vice versa, they just get an extra copper on their defense. So now the werewolf's attacking the mechanic, and he got an 8. Now a mechanic would normally get 1 copper, 1 silver. Because it's the third time the werewolf's done an attack, he'd get an extra copper. So there straight away you can see. So 3, 6 against 4, 6, 8. So he takes 2 damage. And now the werewolf's using his final action, his final attack, to do the same thing again. And he only got 1. Now, because it's the 4th action of the same type, in a no-class situation, he gets an extra copper again. So now he's rolling 3 copper and 1 silver. And he actually manages to reverse it and do 1 damage on the werewolf. So the werewolf straight away, he activated and he hit hard. And I'm talking really, really hard. Now the guy that he was activating is this guy who's knocked out. He's going to fight to see if he can get back up. And he has woken up. So he wakes up and he's on 1. So he's technically knocked down at the moment. He spends 1 of his action points though to stand straight back up. So he's got 3 actions left. And he's going to go straight in there, that dwarf grappler, to try and take the werewolf out. As I said, this wasn't a one-way beatdown. They did fight back. So silver on copper. And he got nothing. So the werewolf's defending on 2 silver. And obviously the werewolf's pretty fresh. He knows more about this attack coming. So it's a 4. And on that reversal, that would just immediately end the dwarf's actions. So then it would jump straight to the mummy. Now the mummy skids around this way, so the first thing he's going to do is he punches the guy who was already knocked out and walks back up. And he hits him on 3. Now that guy's defending on 2 copper and a silver. And he also got a 3, so nothing occurred there. But the second time, he managed to defend it again. Now the third time, the extra copper for the defense. And the final hit for the mummy was a 5 on a 3. So once again, straight away, that dwarf got knocked back out again. And what the mummy here has the ability to do as part of the beatdown is he can take the boo, cheer, you know, your crowd reaction dice, and he can roll it. And if he gets a cheer, he gets 1 last action. But it's a blank, so he doesn't. Had he got a boo, it would have meant he got 1 less action next time. So straight away now the mechanic's going to activate. And he's going to attack the mummy in the back of the head. He's attacking just on 1 silver. And he got a 2. The mummy's 2 silver plus 1. And he got a 2 as well, so it was a draw there. So he goes straight after him again with a 3. But a 5. So now the dwarf mechanic, sort of, he's struggling. He's only got 2 actions left. You know, and this attack came out of nowhere. I mean, in normal situation, obviously, your dwarf grappler would have got the bonus of his sturdy. But with it being a backstage style attack, he doesn't get that, which, you know, really hinders him. The dwarves are on a bit of a losing battle at the moment. He just has to keep fighting, which he got none, which means, because it's his 3rd action, it's part of the no-class situation, the mummy gets an extra dice for defending. And there you have it. He blocked it. So there's 1 more attack, and he just has to go for it. You know, these guys are sort of fighting for their lives at this stage. And then the defense is a 4, so it beats him, but not enough to cause any kind of beatdown. So he got really lucky in terms of it. And then straight away, the zombie dives in there. Now this zombie's, you know, as tough as they come. And he's going straight in there with a suplex on that mechanic. And he rolls high, as you can see. So that was a 7 straight away. Luckily, you know, the dwarf mechanic, he's not the best, but he's not the worst. He can still defend himself. It's just he got really unlucky. So it was a 7, which is a massive, massive beatdown. So you're looking at +2 damage to what he'd already taken. The suplex itself, which is a move that also dazes you, causes 2 damage. So he took 4 damage from that. And then, luckily, he wasn't dazed after the altercation, but it has left him in a really precarious position. He had 1 stamina left, which means the zombie's going to try and go off on him. And do the same thing again. So here you have it. It's just a 2 this time. But it's a 0, so it's still 2 more damage, which is enough to knock him out. So he went here, and then he went back here, but he's in an unconscious state. So you can see what was occurring. But yeah, I mean, this was some violent action. This was all caught on just the car park security, as you can see. The footage itself is pretty clear. But yeah, it's quite a violent altercation. We're going to bring you the rest in a second. We just need to speak to our sponsors. So, you've tried everything to lose weight. You've tried the Atkins diet, the Jenkins diet. You've tried the Smith & Jones diet.
I once tried dysentery, and even that didn't
tried
work.
Dysentery, that didn't work. You've even tried the Subway diet.
Oh.
And then you realise that Subway salad is just mainly sugar.
It's bacon and chicken.
Yeah. But there's one thing that has given 87% results on 3 of the people that have tried it. And that is the Snotling Weight Loss Program. You replace your meal in the morning and your meal at dinner time with a Snotling. And then you have a normal meal for your evening meal. And you're guaranteed to potentially, possibly, one day lose some weight. If you're interested in more information, you can go to www.snotlingloseWeight.com and find out more today. So right guys, welcome back. It was now the time for the Glory Seeker to activate. And he was furious, so he went straight in on that mummy with an attack. You know, I mean, it's rare you're going to see wrestling moves in this type of environment anyway. But, you know, the dwarfs fought back, so 5 against 7, so it did 1 damage. And he went in for another one, which did a 2nd damage, and almost caused a beatdown. So he went in for his 3rd one. Now, anyone who's played with the Glory Seeker knows he hits hard. He's only got 4 actions and 4 moves, so he's not very fast. But like I say, he does hit hard. But he was reversed on that occasion, so they kind of cancel each other out. And then it's a 5, which on the reversal, activation ends immediately, takes 1 damage, and he's pushed 2 inches. Or pushed 2 squares, as it would be. And he pushed him straight into there, and he took 1 extra damage from being slammed hard against the side of that Winnebago. So, yeah, so far, I mean, 2 guys have already been taken down, and the other 2 are brutal. I mean, it didn't help that they didn't have the golem there. The golem was away doing press release stuff. So, I mean, the cheeky orc skeleton straight there sort of does his version of a lock joint on those knees, and it's on 2 copper. So what it's going to do is, normally what this would do is it would give him -2 action points for his next turn. Because of it, all it's going to do is take away 1 of his dice if he's successful. So it's, but luckily he wasn't successful doing it, which I suppose benefits the dwarf, as you can see there. And then he's just proceeded to attack him, just brutalise him. Luckily, that dwarf's got some good stats. And he didn't reverse it, but he managed to not get his ass kicked as hard as he could. And that was all he did. And then straight away the dwarf brawler actioned. But yeah, so we're going to see exactly what that was like in a moment. If you're sick of basic gambling, you go to a casino, you play roulette, you roll a couple of dice, you shout Yahtzee, I don't know, I've never been to a normal gamble den, and you want something different, something a bit disgusting, something a bit feral, then you need to check out the Feral Den. It's a place of ill repute. It smells, it's scruffy, it's cheap, but you're going to win money, and if you don't win money, there's a chance that some weird mutant rat creature will probably take away your pain with an old-fashioned. So, to reiterate, Feral Den, it's a place of disgustingness. You should check it out. So actually, Alan's now got into the studio. Alan, as I was just saying, I've been showing the footage of what happened.
Oh, that found footage.
Yeah, well, not found so much as that the police wouldn't give us it until they figured out what happened. Eventually, the Runic Thunders just decided they weren't going to press charges.
Oh, well, they weren't pressured into that, were they?
It was more so because...
Bit of coercion from those...
No, Cryptborn couldn't have signed with us.
Right.
If there was an ongoing legal battle between the two.
I see.
Runic Thunders couldn't then get revenge.
Makes sense.
As long as... But yeah, so we'll press play on that footage now and I'll talk, Alan, because we've seen it a lot in the office, so you'll know vaguely where we're up to, but because I've been showing the guys without you, you won't know where we're up to.
It's true.
So what happened was the Dwarf Grappler and the Dwarf Mechanic, it was when they'd been attacked, knocked out. The only person left to activate was the Dwarf Brawler.
Oh, yeah.
So that was the bit where he absolutely went off on the skeleton. So I'm just going to take you to that now. And he went straight away with an attack. And he did 4 against the skeleton's meagre defense. Of 3. So he did 1 damage to him. So he hit him a second time. Trying to cause maximum damage on a 5. Skeleton managed to dodge it. He's bony and nimble.
It's true.
And there you have a 5 again. And because it was his 3rd time, because there's no fans involved, the no class just added the extra copper to his defense.
Yeah.
He still took a 2nd damage though. And then the final attack from the Brawler. And there you have it. So in the end, the Brawler, although he still did some damage to the skeleton, they were just so caught off guard. What we're going to do now is we're just going to show you what happened when the skeleton attacked back. So he hit on a 3, and then the Dwarf Brawler's got a pretty decent defense though, so let's see what occurred. Not enough, and he still took the point of damage, so the skeleton attacked a 2nd time, but was managed to be sort of thwarted, and that was the end of sort of that. I'm definitely going to come back to some more footage in a moment. We just have to go back to the sponsors and let you sell some merchandise, basically. Yeah. But we're going to come back with the last bit of footage, which was when the werewolf just went off.
Yeah.
And he got double his actions, double his movement. He was frenzied. And we're definitely going to show that in a second. But as I said, gotta keep the lights on. Gotta shill. Back in a second, guys. Now, I know what you're thinking. They aren't Rumbleslam characters. They are Cybermen from the Doctor Who series. This is just to tell you that coming up in the near future, going out on Saturdays at 2 p.m, we're going to be doing Doctor Who Into the Time Vortex from the Doctor Who Exterminate miniature game series. So, if you don't already, subscribe to us for more information on when that's coming. And in the meantime, check out some Cybermen. That's all. It's just a plug for us. It's not advertising anything. It's not funny. It's just saying we're going to be doing Doctor Who, and if that's your thing, watch us. If Doctor Who isn't your thing, you don't need to watch us.
It's not a sales pitch. It's just me telling you about Doctor Who. So remember, not a sales pitch.
So here you have it, and this was the bit that obviously interested the police the most.
Yeah.
So straight away what happened was the wolf activated and he pounced. So he was actually behind the Winnie.
The Winnie.
Or Winnebago, as it's known, which caused these guys to clear out the way because they knew of the plan, obviously. The mummy's a bit slow, he shambles, bless him. What happened was the Wolfman took his dexterity roll, 1 copper, 1 gold, and he got a 4. Then all the dwarves also took their dexterity. Now 2 guys were knocked clean out. But then you had obviously the big guy, the Glory Seeker, and he failed it because dwarves are slow. And then the last guy was the Brawler who couldn't possibly pass on 1 copper, which is okay because that was 1 silver. But you can't get 4 on it. So what happened was that whole thing collapsed upon them.
Whoa.
I know, man. The size of that thing as well, that's 5 damage to each of them. So you already had 2 guys unconscious. And obviously the Golem wasn't there, which was the problem because he was doing press. The Glory Seeker, he only had a few hit points left. He was left on 1. And then your Dwarf Brawler was only left on a couple. So they completely got destroyed.
This explains a lot. This really does explain a lot, yeah.
I mean, it was horrible. That's really where we got up to with regards to the footage. Apparently there was more, but everything that we've been given was that. That was kind of when, you know, the Wolfman realised of the camera and he's leapt and he smashed it.
Yeah.
But a lot more has happened. So we're not going to show you the Wolfman destroying the camera because then we're going to have to go into the venue and having to go into the action lawsuit thing that's going on with them. But yeah, guys, so
forensics in.
absolutely. I just wanted to show you, because we've been promising once we had the footage, we would show the footage. And as I said, it was brutal. The Dwarves, it took them, 3 weeks before they could debut when they were meant to debut?
It was
way
a long
sooner.
time. It was a long time.
Yeah, and so that gives you guys kind of an insight into why the headspace is where the headspace is. Don't worry, guys. This is the first show, as I said. We are still going to have a couple of singles matches today.
Yeah.
All that to come later on. You know, got to keep the lights on, as we said.
Yeah.
We're going to get another advert. Now, this isn't going to be the case when we do this, you know, once a month, every Monday. It's not going to be the case that it's really advert-filled. It was just, guys, because I wanted you to be able to process what had happened. Because it's one thing seeing 2 teams wrestle each other where both know what's happening.
Yeah.
But for a team who hadn't even debuted yet to be jumped by a team that weren't even part of our company, I felt it was just at that stage that, you know, we need to take a moment between. We're going to be back in a minute when we've got some wrestling action. Now, back to what we do best. Spandex and body slamming.
Nice.
But yeah, thanks for sticking with us, guys. Back in a moment.
If you're not getting the results that you require when you're at the gym, you've tried creatine, you've tried protein shakes, then you should try Woodland Wonders Sprite Steroids, the original pixie dust pills. As we've heard many a times, there's a lot of speculation that the ogre from Regeneration X is definitely on them, especially because 6 months earlier he was a halfling. Now, I'm not saying that they show good results, but I'm just saying he was a halfling, he's now an ogre. If you're interested, you can go to www.woodlandwonderspritesteroids.com. It's a bit of a mouthful. Bye today.
Right, so our first match today is a tag team match featuring, what are your guys called?
They are the Knob Goblins.
The Knob Goblins, people.
They are no way related to the Bushwhacker Boys at all.
Indeed.
Totally separate copyrighted material.
And I'm pairing up Chuck and Jester, who call themselves the Dark Carnival.
Oh, that's sinister.
Yeah. So we're filming this as a traditional tag team based match. You have a traditional tag move, I don't.
Yeah.
Other
My people are the sort of the stuff of slapstick comedies, and yours are the stuff of nightmares.
Yeah. So the way we're doing it is, and it may be wrong, but this the impression we get from the book anyway, combined with our knowledge of wrestling. So we're basically doing an L shape. You can make a tag,
and then on my side an L shape here, so the camera's picking that up. Again, the rules don't specifically state, maybe it's been errated and I haven't noticed it, but I don't think all the way around the ring it would work because I like the traditionalness of the actual wrestling. But anyway, I'm, for a change, babbling.
It's not like you.
Let's get straight down to it. Grab a Goldie and let's see what's occurring.
Wait, what? 1.
You have initiative. We've already placed the models because there's only one single one. So you would activate first, I would activate second, and so on and so forth. And we're playing traditional elimination rules, aren't we? Throw over the top rope.
Yeah.
Are pinfalls also in effect? They are not.
Because I was going to say, if they are, we hadn't discussed this.
No. I was just seeing if you wanted to do them or you didn't. Clearly,
Okay.
he does not want to do them. So that's cool. That's cool.
Catch me off guard with things like that.
So let's get underway. The people are waiting. They've come to see Carnage. Not as in the Marvel character. I think.
Yeah. What's Carnage now in Marvel? No change?
No, he was a ginger anyway, so he was a minority of his own. Ginger serial killer.
Okay, so, I suppose I start off with my... Because obviously, because we're just doing it as a tag team, we don't have to... We've done a roll for setting up. We don't have to then do another roll.
No, that's...
So what
no,
we're
no.
going to do. Like, well, duh.
Yeah,
Okay.
so you activate your chap.
Right, he's got a movement of 5. His crowd pleaser, I'm not going to do just yet. I was thinking of just doing that straight off the bat, but it would be meaningless at this stage. Right, I'm going to move 1, 2, 3 to here. I'm going to rope bounce 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I'm going to go 1, 2, 3.
Oh.
So a bit of a strangled route. Well, I could have just walked along there.
That you could. So Chuck has 4 actions, 4 movement. He's also got a pop of 2. So he's a heel. Unlike Jester, who's actually one of the good guys. So he's going to try and jeer on the crowd. The skill he has, he picks an enemy wrestler and he can immediately move them up to 3 squares. And then that wrestler also gains a -1 movement counter. So on a boo, he's good. And straight away, the crowd are loathing this gentleman. Treat yourself to one of those. So, 1...
He's terrifying.
Were you there?
I was here.
Here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that works for me. So then I'm moving in 1, and I'm bouncing off the ropes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, God, look at the size of him.
And then I only have 1 action left, so I'm just going to give you the old 1, 2, and by that I mean I'm going to punch you more than once.
My defense is 2.
2 gold plus 1, 3.
No.
So it's just 1 damage. He doesn't have anything, overly succulent that's going to succulise his whatchamahoobies.
Succulents.
So I was here, I moved for 1, I've got 3 movement left, so I'm going to move here. I can't tag because I've got no action points left. So then it would go on to your next turn, because it's not a round system, because there's only 2 workers.
Right, I am going to go 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to use my rope bounce ability.
Yeah.
To sort of bounce into Chuck there, which is 3 silver.
Oh, horse shenag. My defense is 2 silver, so I got 6.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Ooh.
So successful. Damage 2.
Yeah.
It also is devastating,
Yeah.
but I think that only applies if there's more than 1 model,
Yes.
if I remember right.
Indeed.
So at least I get my 2 damage.
So this isn't one of the ones that dazes me or anything like that, is it? 'Cause
No.
Chuck is highly affected by being dazed.
No.
So it was 2 damage.
It's devastating and rocket, but neither of them are meaningful.
Not at this juncture.
That cost me 3. I did 3 movement, 3 action. So I think my next one will be... I can't do it again, unfortunately. Well, actually, I could... Oh, no, I can't even step back far enough. I can only just get close enough to the thing. So now I'm going to go for a hit. Now, I've got small goblin syndrome.
Yeah, you do.
And Chuck's got a weight of 2.
He does.
So I get a +1 on my attack. So my attack is 2 silver +1. It
Yep.
now becomes 2
2
silver
silver plus
+2.
2 against my 2 silver.
Yeah.
2.
2, 4.
So that was effective. 1 damage.
Yep.
Any lasting effects?
No, it's just normal. I'm going to do it one more time.
Yep.
3, 4, 5.
5.
Ah, unfortunate. And now I've got 2 movements. I'm going to go 1, 2. And
Nice.
that's it. That's all of me done.
Yes, it is. So,
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
No, I'm not. Because I forgot I have my 1 less movement. So
right,
I only
of
moved
course.
1, not 2.
And then that's discarded because it's the end of your
How
turn.
embarrassing.
Indeed. So, Chuck's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, which is all of his movement. He's going to spend 1 action to
So
jump up,
terrifying.
and then he's going to spend 2 actions to flip and land right back where he was. 'Cause that's the kind of guy he is. And it's called Razzmatazz.
Of course it does.
Yeah, it is. It's 3 silver. If I hit it, it does 3 damage.
Right. My defense is 2 silver.
Yeah. So you got 2
Oh.
against my 5. So it's not a beatdown.
But it's 2 damage, you said?
A 3 damage.
3 damage.
And it's got a throw of 1.
What?
Oh,
Over the rope?
No, I don't believe so.
My little goblin brothers, my knob goblins, they don't have a lot of stamina.
Yeah.
They've only got 5.
That's the same as all the other goblins, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but
So-
both of your tag team have got quite strong, supple, nubile
Indeed.
bodies.
So-
Sorry, I got sidetracked there.
And a successful attack with this special roll causes the attacking wrestler to automatically lift the target wrestler for no action points without having to roll their dice.
Oh.
And then it says, follow all the other. The attacking wrestler must then immediately make a throw action for no. The lifted wrestler is thrown up to X, which is 1. And then rather than the wrestler's throw stat, otherwise it's treated as a normal throw. So I'm just going to throw you to here.
Oh, man.
Would that count? No, it would be here, wouldn't it? Because you were there. Because that would be 1.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
So over the head doesn't count as a...
I wouldn't have
Follow
thought.
through,
I
yeah.
mean, I could be wrong. And if the people who are watching at home, of which there's seems to be getting more, Rumbleslam seems to be our white whale. It's taken off for us.
Or a white whale?
Yeah, that's not a jizz reference, is it?
Oh, I hope it could be, though. One day.
So, my last action,
Make it.
my last action I'm going to tag out.
Nice.
So, now she comes in and she gets to action. So
Okay.
if you were tagging in. The time we've ever used Jester, she's now come in. She's ready to do a smooshing. Now, thing to remember with tag teams is because we've already done a tag once and there's no other people to tag with, you can only do 1 tag
Yeah.
per round. So now she's going to try and bring the hurt. 1, 2, 3. And she's going to jump up for 1. She's got 5 actions, so she's going to do her 3 action point move called a 1080 spinning kick. It's 3 silver plus 1. So she's going to land here. 3 silver plus 1 against your normal defense. So I got 5.
Which is 2 silver. 3, 4.
So you take 2 damage and you're dazed.
I'm knocked out, actually.
Oh my gosh.
Bobby's
darn.
down! Bobby's down!
Oh my giddy salmon. So she has 1 action point left. I suppose I could pick you up for next time, or at least attempt it. So a grapple, 2
Yep.
silver. Your
I
weight.
don't know why I was going to go
What's
and
your
pick
weight?
My weight's 1.
Oh, so I need to get a 2 or more. So he's picked up.
For next time.
For next time. And there you have it. We have the end of that round, and also we have one of our fans who's curious as to the darkness that suddenly appeared outside. Look at him there with his giant beautifulness eating pasta like a monster. Anyway, we shall be back in a moment to bring you what's occurring next.
Yep.
So, maybe you have a phobia of clowns. Maybe you have a phobia of things that aren't clowns. What you should do to get over your phobia of clowns or things that aren't clowns is apply to go to Chuck University, where he'll teach you that clowns, although scary, are still a valid part of society and should be enjoyed, not terrified by. So, look at the link below, www.goforchuck.com, and check us out. So, it's, again, the next turn would fall upon you, because we've been sticking, instead of doing a roll per round, which we felt was just going to like slow down the proceedings, we just figured we'd do it on a turn by turn basis. So it would be you now. First thing obviously you want to do is try and climb, or is wake up.
I want to wake up, so
Yeah.
I want my crowd to sort of get going, so here we go. I'm a good guy, so they love us.
Oh, so he's up. Take one off your habitude.
Now let's see if we can get down.
Well,
get down.
he does like to dance. So
this is my dex.
that would be your dex. I'm going to take it against my dex.
And 1.
1.
So nothing happens?
Oh, 2, because I'm +1. So no.
I stay up there.
You can re-roll to try and get down again. It just costs an action point each time. So you used 1 action point to not be knocked down.
3, 4, 5. Whoop.
This is a lot of that about today. A 6.
We're going to run out of dice at this rate. You got a 6?
Yep.
Man, I'm still up there.
So you've used 3 action points so far.
I'm going to use another one. I'm going to try and get down. Oh, 2. Oh.
5.
That was 4.
Yep.
Do I use my last action point? I have to use my last action
It
point.
would be
try
rude
and
not
get
to. 3.
4.
So you're down.
Yay!
Where would you like to be?
There.
There. And now you've got your full movement.
I do. I'm gonna I used my last action point there, didn't I? I used 5.
You did, yes.
So I can't rope bounce to get ahead.
No, and
I
you
can
also
just run.
can't tag out, which
No.
would have been the clever.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yep.
And he's just gonna hang back there.
That's what I would have done, to be perfectly honest.
Blah.
Now I have to ponder whether I follow you. Because that was what happened there, was you just ended up getting baited into my side of the table.
I don't think I was baited. I went there by choice.
Yeah, true. Right, 1, 2, 3, and then she's going to ricochet off the ropes. But like we were saying, yeah, I didn't strictly bait you across.
No.
But it did give me the advantage to be in my L shape.
You did a little bit of bait and switch, though.
Yes, I did. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and I will strike against you. So the move I'm doing is called Pop-Up Punch. If I'm successful with it, I get to make a free brawl move on you. Oh. So it's 2 gold plus 1, and it costs 3 action points.
Oh, my defense is 2 silver. So good luck against that. 3. Oh,
8.
9.
So it's a... no. Yeah. Oh, because it's a plus 1, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I said, yeah. So 9, so it's 6 more than yours.
6.
So it's a heavy
I'm
beat
knocked
down.
again.
So yeah, it would be lots of damage. It would be 4 damage, and you'd be dazed, but you're knocked out.
Bobby's knocked out again.
You know the annoying thing about this?
What?
Is I still only have 1 action point left, so I can't pick you up and do anything.
You could just pick me up again.
Yeah, so what did I do? I moved 2. No, I moved 4 before, didn't I? 1, 2, 3, 4. Like a thing?
You were here? And
Well, against the ropes.
Were you against the rope?
1, 2, 3. And then I bounced. So
Yeah.
if I bounce again with my last action point,
with me up in the air.
I haven't picked you up.
Oh, have you not?
I'm using my last
Oh,
action
you're just
point
getting
to
away.
flee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then she should have 2 action points left.
Okay.
I mean, movement points, because she's got 5. And then she has a skill called... Sorry, she has a passive skill called Skitter. At the end of any activation, I can move 1 additional square in any direction. So then we'd go straight over to your turn again. So as a crowd pleaser,
Right.
to wake you up.
Yes. Let's see if I wake up. Yeah!
You do again. This is a heavy orc-based
They
crowd.
love Goblin.
Well, no, it is an orc-based
Oh,
crowd. Yeah, that's what I
Oh.
mean. You know, we've got 2,000 orcs here in attendance.
They're my
There's got to be a
boys.
goblin or two amongst
They're
them.
my boys.
Basically, greenskins stick together.
Yeah.
That's
they
what
do.
we're learning here. So, you woke up, you spent 1 to not be knocked down.
Yeah.
So then you have how many action points left?
4.
So you've got 4 action points left. What you're going to do, tagging out might be a choice, not a compromise, as they say. Do this now?
I don't know whether I wanted to sort of do something before I tag out. I'll just tag out. So there we go. Bobby's out. Bill's in.
Yeah. He stays on there, yeah.
Okay.
One thing that we had discussed before, but I hadn't mentioned, was if you do tag in or out, you get a slight breather, so you get 1 stamina back. So in that case, like Chuck, who'd taken 3 damage, was now down
That's
to 2.
nothing though for
Yeah.
Chuck. For me, it's quite significant.
Absolutely, no. Because it makes sense. You're on the apron, you're resting, 1 stamina would increase. It's not 1 stamina per turn, it's just 1 stamina each time you go in and out.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. Okay.
While you're deciding what you're going to do, I am just going to talk about our main event very quickly tonight, which is Ronnie Salvage taking on Tavern in a dwarf-on-dwarf match. It has been requested.
Tavern hasn't turned up yet. He's still at the bar.
Our potential main event happens to be Ronnie Salvage versus Tavern. But anyway, let's get back down to some action.
Okay, here we go. So what Bill's going to do is he's going to do a rope bounce. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yep.
He is then going to shimmy across.
Yep.
1, 2. And he's going to do a grapple. So he's doing what's called the pit stop.
Oh, nice.
Which is 2 silver plus 1.
I'm defending, I assume. Oh, it's a grapple, sorry.
you.
So it would be 2 silver. 2.
3, 4.
4 because it's plus 1. So what does this move do?
It does 2 damage
Yeah.
and dazed.
Right. So luckily this isn't a Chuck. Because Chuck's not a fan of being dazed. It
He's
can actually
not.
cause him to just go unconscious. Cheer.
Oh,
Fine
so
like
she's
some
fine.
wine.
Alright, so that cost me 2. Did 1 for the rope bounce, that's 3. I've got 2 left. I could just go for 2 hits.
Her defense is 2 gold plus 1. Just it might be better to try and grapple her again.
No, actually, what I think I might do, because I've got 2,
Yeah.
I'm going to sidestep round. 1, 2,
And rope bounce.
and rope bounce.
Nice. Is it with a special rope bounce skill?
It's
or?
do-si-do.
Ah,
So that's 1 silver, 2 copper plus 1.
every time.
Every time. Wait, is this table on a slant?
The whole house is on a slant. We
Oh.
built on a volcano.
Oh, of course, yeah.
That's why it's always warm.
Yeah.
2 gold plus 1.
3, 4.
5.
Oh,
She's got the moves like Jagger.
she does. Alright, that's all of my movements and actions and the works.
Indeed. Right. Now you're fully fit, aren't you? Because you tagged out. Which doesn't go well for me. So I'm going to move here for 1. I know that as the only thing I'm definitely doing. I'm now going to strike you. Just a normal attack. 2 silver.
My defense is 2 silver.
2.
0.
So that's 1 damage. So I'm going to do it a second time. Because she's feisty. And that's also 2.
Hold on. 4.
So,
Yay.
I see what you did there. See what you
I
did. So I spent 2
dodged.
moving, did I not?
No, you must have only used... Oh, yeah. No, you only used 1 to move because...
Oh, was I here?
Yeah, yeah.
Not there. Also 1. 2, 3, 4. What have I done so far? I just have thrown 2 punches, haven't I? I've done nothing else.
Yeah.
I'm going to do my pop-up punch fury again then. So 2 gold plus 1, and it's using all my remaining.
Ouch. 2 silver defense.
4. Oh, fiddlesticks! So that was lackluster for her, really, and now it's your turn.
Right, okay, so...
Oh, sorry, I get to make a move of 1 as part of my skitter.
Actually, we'll have to remember it for next time because we forgot it last time. My successful rope bounce wasn't successful, was it?
No, it wasn't.
Alright, okay. I was going to say because there was extra things which I forgot to do, but it doesn't matter because it wasn't. So... Ramble. back in.
At least we're not shilling.
Yet. Right, so I think I might go for a... Start off with one step up to her.
Smooth.
And then I'm going to try and do the grapple, so I'm going to try and do the pit stop again.
Makes sense.
So that's 2 silver plus 1.
Against 2 silver. 1.
3, 4.
So 2 damage to her.
Yes.
She's only got 2 left.
I want to do that again. It works out pretty well.
Just stress, this is the sheer epitome of chauvinistic behaviour. You're right.
Patriarchy. Right, 2 silver plus 1.
Goblins. Slapping
7.
around a woman. So you beat me by 4.
No. Yes.
Yes, because you're 6
Yeah.
plus 1, 7. So it would do extra damage because it's a beat down, but it does 2 anyway, which is enough to knock her out.
Yep.
How many actions do you have left?
So
I think you have 1, don't
4. Let's count it.
You
2 grapples, then 2 each, 4. I've got 1 left, yeah. So I could try picking her up.
Get her ready for next time.
Yeah.
She's a weight of 1, so
Yep.
it drops down to 0. So you have to just roll a 1.
And this is on my grapple?
Yes.
Well, my grapple is 2 silver plus 1. So even if I get a 0, my plus 1 makes
I
it
know,
successful.
but let the people at home see your dice-based shenanigans.
3, 4.
People don't come here to watch us talk or listen to us talk.
They don't?
No, it's to see dice rolling.
Yeah.
I did a survey of 4 people who don't watch us, and they said they'd prefer to see dice rolling than listen to us. So,
Yeah.
which was
careful
nice.
how you put her.
One of them didn't even know you.
Oh, it was my mum, wasn't it?
No, she knows you, all right. Yeah,
She pretends she doesn't.
Jest is too fragile.
Yeah.
Let's just stress that now.
But
So,
she's up there.
so that's the end of your toin.
It absolutely... Oh, no.
Oh, you've got movement,
I
haven't
had
you?
movement.
Well,
I've only moved 1, haven't I?
Yes.
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 So I still have 4 movement left. So I could go 1, 2, 3, 4.
I like your style.
Yeah.
Flee like some sort of lubed up canopy.
It's what I do best.
So I suppose I should see if I can rouse myself from such something words.
Precarious.
Things. It's a boo!
No.
Oh, she's gone this turn. So it's now you, good sir.
Yeah.
What's your throw?
My throw is 3, so I can throw you out from here.
There's nothing I can do to stop it. I'm
There you
assuming
go.
here?
Yes.
Yes. So, Jester is out. Only Chuck remains. So,
He enters
Chuck
in the
would
corner.
step in.
Yep.
Oh, he's got an uphill battle now. Is that the right turn of phrase?
Well, it's the slanty house, so yeah, it's downhill in this direction.
Yes.
Uphill's
of
that
course.
way.
1, 2, 3, 4. And that's all he's going to do for him.
Oh, it's so intimidating. Just standing there, it's actually quite terrifying. What's Bill gonna do? What is Bill gonna do? Can he just run?
Maybe.
Right.
You fools.
Right, okay, so he
He
is...
can throw himself over the ropes.
yeah. Oh, he can't even get to you, really.
No, he cannot.
He can just...
Well, if you were to step backwards and bounce off the ropes.
I go 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2, 3. I could do it. Use all my movements.
And 1 action point.
Yeah. I'm going to do it, because I've got the dazed if I get my grapple right, and he doesn't like being dazed.
No, he does not.
So, 1, 2, rope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Final. 1, 2, 3. Here we are. Grapple. Here we go. Pit stop from Bill.
2
Against the terrifying clown.
2 silver plus 1.
2 silver plus 1.
Look at him. Chuck just seeps into everybody's fears.
God. 3.
Nothing.
Oh.
How many damage?
2 and dazed.
2 and knocked down. Because Chuck has buzzed, meaning that he's taken too many chair shots to the head, and instead of going dazed, he just goes flat out for the nap.
Yeah. Right, I'm going to try and do my crowd pleaser.
You are a real crowd pleaser.
Everyone loves the bushwhackers.
Yeah, they do.
Right, here we go. Oh no, they're indifferent.
They're indifferent.
I didn't work them up enough.
It's true. You
Didn't
should do
do
that
my-
thing where you bite their head. Oh, they love that.
I didn't do my bushwhacker bounce. That's the problem.
That's the words and things.
Where they let me down.
How
So that failed. So that gives me a minus.
No,
AP.
it's only if you got a boo.
Oh right, okay. Oh, well, that's okay.
How many pop is he?
2.
So he's got...
So 1 for the bounce, 2 for the grapple,
And 2
for
that.
the
Yeah, so
crowd
that's
pleaser.
the end of his
Yeah.
things. He's...
Because as I'm reading it, if I got the crowd pleaser, it's a permanent thing. It would have been permanent if successful.
Yeah, what does it do?
It increases. I get +1 damage on any enemies that are weights 2 or 3.
Oh, nice. Oh, so you got it before, didn't you?
No.
Oh, that was the other guy.
Yes.
I see how you did that. Right, so straight over to myself. Pay 1 action point to not be knocked down anymore, so I've only got 3 left.
Yep.
I think, because Chuck's got some really, really powerful stats.
He does.
But what keeps him at that 300k level is the 4 action points, 4 movement. So yeah, that was all I got to say about that, really. I built that up like I was going on a tangent.
Going somewhere with
I
that?
thought I might be, but then in the end I pulled out. You know what I'm like.
Not valid contraception.
So I've heard. So I have heard.
You done reading? We're getting that awkward silence where I might have to talk to the viewer again.
Talk to the viewer.
Hi again. You know, it's me. It's winter, Nelly.
I get no.
Okay,
it's fine. It's good. It's good. So he's going to do his drive-by clothesline. This is the move that he's been known to knock folk out with. Except he can't because he has stood up. Oh no!
Oh,
Shambles.
that used all of his AP?
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. He jumps up for 1, so he's got 2 left, which is just enough to do the Razzmatazz.
Oh, here we go.
3
Right,
silver.
that's 2
So
silver.
he lands there.
2. Oh, ouch.
5. So
Done.
not enough to cause a beatdown.
2 damage, is it? 3?
3 damage.
3 damage.
And you get thrown 1. So
Ah,
I'm going to throw you there.
jeez.
And that would be the end of his turn.
Right. Okay. So I'm obviously keeping Bill in the ring, activating him.
Yep.
He's going to go 1, 2. He's going to do his rope bounce move
Yep.
for 2 AP, which is 1 silver, 1 copper, 1 silver, 2 copper, plus 1.
1.
Dosey do. 3, 4, 5, 6.
So beat me by 5. So how many damage would it normally do?
It normally does 2 damage and a shove of 2.
So 1, 2, and you beat me by 5, was it?
Yes.
So it does an extra point of damage
Yeah.
and a shove of
Shove
2.
of 2.
So it's a shove of 4?
No.
No. Right, I get. So it normally does 2 damage, so it does 3, and it causes shove 2 because of
Yes.
the beatdown.
1, 2. There we go. So now
He's got 1 point of energy.
what he's going to do is he's going to, with his remaining movement, 2 step forward and
Yep.
do his pit stop again.
Yep.
So 2 silver plus 1.
Grapple or defense?
It's a grapple.
It's a grapple, I thought it was. So I get the plus 1.
3, 4, 5.
4. So it's successful. He's knocked out.
Alright. So that's used 4 of my 5 AP. I will now
Pick him up.
pick him up.
Right, so he's a weight of 2, so you need to get at least a 2 because it goes down by 1, and you've got to beat it.
What?
Oh, that was not nice.
2 plus
So
1.
he's up.
3.
Yep, so he is currently balanced upon your shoulder ridge.
Woo.
He would now activate.
Yes.
Right, let's see. It's a cheer. He's awake. He spends 1 action point to not be knocked down. He now has to try and get down.
Yes.
So my dexterity, your dex or grapple.
My dex is 3 silver. My grapple is 2 silver plus 1. I'm going to go with the 3 silver.
3.
3, 4, 5, 6.
So
Stays
he's
up.
got 2 action points left. 4.
2, 4, 6.
And third one, 6.
3, 4, 5.
Yep, so he finally gets down with no action points left.
Alright.
Sigh. Your turn, sir. I believe
I'm
Chuck
gonna.
is going to get knocked out.
He's gonna get
Thrown
grappled
out.
again, and then he's gonna get thrown.
Is it like a pickup, or is it an actual grapple this time?
No, I'm gonna try and. I've got the AP, so I can afford to try and grapple you to knock you out to make the throw out easier.
Yes.
So my pit stop again is 2 silver plus 1.
2 silver plus 1, so 1.
2, 4, 5.
So he's unconscious again.
Yep.
So now you need to pick me up. So you need to you grapples plus 1. So you need to get at least a 1 on the fists.
Yes. Because I'm going for 2. 3, 4.
And then you throw it
And
in.
then he's out.
Oh my goodness!
Oh, I just
Clean
defeated
sweep.
my nightmares.
Yeah. Thus proving that we all
Can-
do not float
Can I
down
now
here.
bushwhacker bounce around the
Yes, you can.
Yeah, man!
But no, in terms of that, I mean, you didn't even use your tag team abilities or anything. I
No.
think you just, I mean, part of it, I should have thrown you out when I had the chance when I knocked you out.
Yeah.
Instead of going to make the tag. And I can't for the life of you tell you why I did one over the other.
Yeah.
Not showmanship, nothing like that. I just was a decision I made, and then only afterwards thought, oh, why did I do that?
Yeah.
That was stupid. But you live and learn. Certainly, that's not going to be the end of Chuck and Jester.
I never, ever, when we set up who this tag team was going to be, at no point did I ever have the remotest idea that I stood in for a chance. That was an underdog win there.
Yeah,
That was an absolute underdog win because Jester and Chuck are powered.
they are. But in terms of them, they're only 300k each.
Yeah.
Whereas I think yours come at just over 300k. I think one's 300,
300,
one's
one's
320.
325, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, in terms of it, there's not a lot in it.
Yeah.
Again, they hit hard, but
They-
their movement isn't as good.
Yeah.
Or certainly on Chuck anyway. But no, that was a really good match. I think now we're going to go straight forward onto the main event.
Yeah.
Now,
I believe Tavern might just have been dragged out from the bar.
yes, we're going to have a quick break to check on that. See if somebody can get some smelling
I was
salts
going
in
to say,
his nose.
someone get some black coffee for him.
And we should be back in a moment. So here we have it here. Tavern's refusing to put down his drink. Salvage has said he's fine with that. All he has said is that when he beats him, he's going to drink his drink. We're going to go straight into it. Now, this is an elimination over the top rope, or it's a pinfall.
Mm-hmm.
Pinfall, the way we do it, is you have to knock your opponent out, and then it's a dexterity roll, the same as if you were picking them up. So you have to beat whatever their weight is, -1. So I believe Tavern and Salvage are both weight 2, is that correct?
Yeah, way too.
Yeah, so the actual pinfall, if they can one can knock the other out, is going to be fairly easy. I think, though, we should go straight forward and get the initiative roll out the way. We're going to do it much like we did the last one, as all our singles matches do, where you don't have round 1, round 2, round 3. It's just a fight to the finish.
Yep.
I got 2.
Right, so before we do we'll do this, but
Yep.
before we do a roll for initiative, I need to activate Tavern. Or wake him up, I should say.
Yeah.
Tavern has an ongoing, I don't want to say ability, because
Yeah.
it's a hindrance, called Drunk, not surprisingly. At the start of each round, before rolling for initiative,
All right, yeah.
this wrestler takes a hit from a brawl attack with 0 damage and the dazed special rule. This wrestler also takes minus damage from all brawl attacks to a minimum of 0. Obviously, otherwise he would get stronger from them.
Yes.
And is immune to dazed special rules when it comes from any other source.
Perfect. So basically you have to take a day's roll before he fights.
Yes!
Take that day's roll.
Alright, so it's my crowd pleaser. I'm looking for a cheer or indifference. Is that still pass? Is that a pass?
No, not with dazed.
So just cheer.
Yes.
Yeah!
I think it's fine.
Love him!
I got 2 on the initiative, you got 0, so I'll be starting.
Yes.
He's got a passive ability that's there all the time, which means that he's a pop 1.
Mm-hmm.
It says all friendly wrestlers, but in this situation, obviously, he's the only person, so it'll just be him. And then his crowd pleaser is he can give himself +1 attack till the end of the round.
Yeah.
It's not relevant yet, but certainly moving forward, it could be quite significant.
Okay.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, he only moves 3 tiny little legs and whatnot. And I think at this stage that's all he's doing.
Right.
I feel that I'm probably much better getting you to come to me, and it's your turn.
That's fine.
And
so I'm going to start off with a rope bounce. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've then got 3 movement left. So I will go 1, 2, 3 to there.
I thought you were getting on the turnbuckle. I was like, that's swift.
No. And I'm going to try for a crowd pleaser.
Yeah, you are.
And I get it!
What's his crowd pleaser do?
It means that I automatically pass my next raised attempt.
Ah, nice.
Dazed attempt, not raised attempt.
I knew what you meant. So then we'd move on to my turn, the turn of me.
Yeah.
You've actually completely outsmarted what my plan was. Because I only have 3 movement.
Right.
So, like, if you'd come over more this way, I have the ability to bounce.
Yeah.
Now I'm pretty much stuck where I am.
I wouldn't say outsmarted.
No,
I think idiot savant.
So I've gone 3, I've gone there.
Yeah.
I don't feel, again, there's any point doing my crowd pleaser at this stage to give myself an attack I can't use.
Okay.
So your turn.
Right. Well, I think I will... Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to go 1, 2. And then rope bounce. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yep.
And then I'm going to try and do my grapple, which is the pint-sized press. Which is 2 silver.
And it's my grapple is 2 silver as well. 2.
2.
Draw.
Nothing.
So you've used... Was that a 2-point action?
It was a 2-point.
So you've used 3 so far of your 5, is it?
No, I've only used 2. Oh, no, the row bounce, I've used 3. So what I'll do now is just... I've got 4, so I can only really just hit you.
A good old-fashioned punch to the face.
2 coppers and a gold.
Defense for me is 2 silver. 6.
3, 4, 5.
So not a beatdown, not a reversal, just an indifference. He swings the tankard and misses. So you didn't this turn use your crowd pleaser, did you, to try and...
I didn't need to.
Yeah. No, I mean next turn.
I got the crowd pleaser, which means I didn't need to do the dazed roll then.
Yes.
I will have to do it next
time before you activate him, because we're not doing initiative rolls.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go straight in and atomic drop you. This gets the crowd on side if I hit it. It's cost me 3 of my 5 actions, though.
My normal defense, 2 silver, 1 copper.
Indeed, 2 silver for this move. So
1.
Oh, sorry. It's not an attack. It's a grapple.
Oh, it's a grapple.
That was my fault.
2 silver then.
You might get
For
that
my
roll
grapple.
actually now. So 4.
3.
So it goes off.
Oh.
So it does 3 damage. So it's proper hurt your clackers.
Oh, my clackers.
Lift you up and I drop you on that knee. Look at it. It's properly sharp as well. So that cost 3 of his 5 actions. So now I'm just going to give you the old-fashioned punch to the face.
Nice.
Like Grandma used to do.
Oh, charming.
She was
Gold
a
and 2 copper.
2.
3, 4, 5.
Not a beatdown at least.
Not.
I'm not a reversal. And last one.
How are you doing again?
Nothing.
3.
Oh, still safe. And then it goes straight over to you, good sir. Grab that crowd dice and see what's a clanging.
Let's see how drunk Tavern is. Oh!
It's a boo. Let's
He is...
have a quick gander and or goose.
He has taken 0 damage from a broad attack, but he is now dazed.
So he gets -1 action point and -1 movement point.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, because that roll it's a dazed...
So I was reading something else.
Oh, right.
But yeah. So
that's a dazed roll, isn't it? He doesn't roll to see if he's dazed.
Yeah.
He does a dazed roll.
you have the tokens there. Where did you get those tokens?
These tokens actually come with the boxed set, but you can also buy them separately.
Can you?
Yes, not like these tokens that we use for knockdown, knocked out that we get from counterattack bases. I believe...
But they seem to go very well with the set, though, don't they? They fit
They
nicely.
fit perfectly.
Perfectly.
Yes. Anyway,
moving on from our shill. I just realised I forgot to factor in that whenever I have a brawl attack, a successful brawl attack, I take 1 less damage.
I don't think I didn't do a brawl attack, I did a grapple.
Yeah.
I failed with both brawls.
Yeah, I was reading aloud.
Oh, right, my apologies. So they would activate instantly, so you're at -1 of each, and then you discard those.
So I now only have 2 movement and 3
So
actions.
you also have the tiny leg syndrome.
Wee little
like that.
dwarf legs. Full of beer, though. Ale or mead or whatever it is he drinks out of that stein.
Maybe a mixture of a lot of things.
Maybe. Right, I'm going to go for my grapple, which is 2 AP out of my 3, I should say. 2 silver.
Treat yourself and don't beat yourself. So is it normal attack?
Grapple.
Oh, grapple, my apologies. 2 silver.
It's 3.
It's 2.
Right, so that does 2 damage and reduces your AP by 2.
Ooh, that was scandalous.
Was. So that costs 2 of my 3. I've got 1 left. I might just punch you.
Cheeky old punch to the squeeze.
2 coppers and a gold.
1.
4.
Cheeky 1. So 1 damage.
Yep.
So I start and now I have 3 move as normal, but I have 3 actions.
Just checking my my dazed checks at the beginning of each thing to see how drunk I am. They don't stack, so I
No, they'd go because you used them last time.
yeah.
Yeah. So it's the same as a normal
So
activate.
it doesn't get to if I have like sort of 3 consecutives in a row, I'm essentially flawed.
No. It's the same as always. When you activate, those tokens come into effect straight away,
Yeah.
and then they're gone at the end of your turn, so you
Got it.
remove them now, because it's
Yeah.
now my turn.
I'll keep them handy though.
Yes. So, I've got 3 actions, 3 moves, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, which is all my move,
Yep.
and I'm going to do my clothesline for 2 actions,
I wish you wouldn't.
but I feel I need to. 2 silver, 1 copper. It only does 1 damage, but it will knock you down.
Normal defense, 2 silver, 1 copper.
Oh.
4, 5.
3. Unsuccessful.
Yeah,
And then I'm going to try and just give you a slap for my last one.
Normal defense.
And that costs added 6.
I got 3, 4, 5.
Oh, so another 1 damage, but -1, so it'd be none.
0. Yeah.
Yeah. Your turn, sir.
Right. I need to do my how drunk I am. I'm okay.
You're fine.
He's all right.
He comes and goes. I like to think it's every time you get a cheer, he takes another drink.
Yeah.
So he's basically keeping his alcohol level at a certain...
Right. Okay, so I think I wanted to try and move over to the turnbuckle, but I still don't have enough movement. I only get 3 steps.
You've got tiny
You've
little
got
legs, as have
1,
I.
2, 3. I can get so close to the turnbuckle, but I may not.
We both have the abilities that we've got really good rope and turnbuckle moves, but we both have such tiny little legs that in a one-on-one match, we just can't get to do them.
I know. I'm going to just have to try and do my grapple again. So that is my 2 silver. I should remember it by now.
2.
2. I'm going to try it again.
2.
3, 4, 5.
So successful, so that does...
2 damage and -2 AP for you.
Did you do your crowd pleasing?
Yes. Remember?
Oh, yeah, you
Fine.
got a chair, I remember now. And then -2 AP again.
Yes.
So, my
That's the
action?
end of it. Unless I try and... I'm going to try and move. It's like... I couldn't get... I got to think. It's because of all the ale.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. So he's over here now.
So close. So, I'm going to get rid of those 2 tokens, and I've got 3 actions, 3 movement points.
Mm-hmm.
So, 1, 2, and then I'm going to try and atomic drop the old clackers
Oh,
again.
not again.
Yeah, so it's a grapple move, 2 silver.
My grapple is 2 silver, yep.
That's a 4.
2.
So you take 3 damage.
Oh, ouch.
It's a grapple, so it isn't modified. Oh, and then my crowd pleaser goes off until the end of the round. So, no, I have no action points left, so it's irrelevant. So, yeah, your turn now, sir.
Yes.
I've got 4 hit points left. How many 4 stamina left.
3.
Oh, this is coming down
It
to
is.
the wire.
Right. So
like the TV show, The Wire, in case you're...
here we go. Nostrovia. Yeah!
Oh my god! There's not going to be any left for me to drink when I win.
Right, so...
If I win.
Now, I've got
When I win.
4 AP. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one step, climb up for 1,
Yep.
and then I'm going to do my aerial, brackets, not so, ace. Aerial ace. So it's 2 gold.
Where do you want to land?
Here.
How many action points does it cost?
3.
Ooh, sensual.
So if I hadn't got that successful, I wouldn't have been able to do it.
Yeah.
So
1.
Two
So
golds.
you've got a good chance of being successful.
6.
Ooh, so how much damage would it normally do?
4.
That's it. Him knocked out. Clean out. Luckily, it's the end of your round. Otherwise, I would be damaged.
Yeah.
goods. I'd be completely pinnable. So, it all rests on this, I guess. Does this orc-based crowd want to see dwarves fight for longer, or do they want it over with?
Oh, they want to see them fight longer, surely.
Boo, they
Oh.
don't. He stays unconscious.
We ran over time.
So it's your turn.
Oh.
First thing you gotta do is see how
Ooh.
inebriated you are.
Yeah, let's
So,
see. Yeah, he's
fine.
still going.
That never-ending tankard.
Yeah.
Right,
There's a
so
Jaeger bomb in there, actually. So
I'm assuming you're either going for a pin or a picker.
I'm going to go for a pin.
So your dexterity is...
My dexterity... Oh, actually...
What's your dex?
1 silver plus 1. It's
So
pretty
you only
nice.
need to get a fist to be successful at pinning.
Let's give it a shot.
Yep.
Give it a shot.
It's a blank.
1. So it's
So
a
it
1.
was 1. So
Yeah.
unsuccessful, but you can only try once per turn to pin, but you still can try and pick me up.
Yeah, so let's try and pick you up. Your weight was what?
My weight is 2.
So I need 3
No, because it goes down my weight.
Oh, yes,
so
I
it's
need
minus
equal
1, so
to-
you need to... Yeah.
equal to your weight. So I need a 2 from my grapple,
Yes.
which is 2 silver.
So this is going to work better for you, I would assume.
2. Just.
He's up.
Just.
And I'm assuming you're dumping me out the ring.
Hell yeah.
2 victories in a row.
Hooray!
You're taking the new guys all the way.
Oh, that was awesome.
So that was fantastic. I mean, that's the first time we've seen Chuck.
Yep.
It's the first time we've seen Jester. The first time we've seen the Cryptborn Nightmares during the police footage.
Yes. Yeah.
Or the surveillance footage. It's the first time we've seen Tavern. It's the first time we've seen, what are the 2
The
goblins
Knob
called?
Goblins.
The Knob Goblins. So yeah, guys, I know it isn't Friday Night Fight Night. This is once per month, Monday night MVPs.
VP, yeah.
But yeah, I hope you guys liked it. If it's something you enjoyed, let us know in the comments, and it may come like a bi-weekly. Is that fortnightly? Like a fortnightly thing?
Bi-weekly.
What's a bi-weekly? Why is that? Is that where one week you do it, the next week you do it with the same sex?
Can be, I suppose.
I don't know, but yes. We may look to do it more often, is really what I'm
We
saying.
may well, that's true.
The good thing about it is you get to see more action. Oh, you get to see different matches.
Yeah.
Like, instead of just seeing the same 5-on-5 guys fighting each other. Oh, not guys as in
Plus,
gentlemen.
the one-on-ones
Yeah.
and the tag teams, they're much quicker little...
Yeah, I
matches
mean,
as well.
if we don't have, like, the police footage type of stuff going on, we would have had 3. I do know, moving forward, there's still Baxter, Randy Savage, and Fake that was filmed a number of months ago.
Oh,
that we
yeah.
still need to show off.
Has that not been broadcast yet?
It has not, no, due to a lot of the issues that we had around the tapings and stuff, which is why we took a couple of weeks break.
Yeah.
That's now all been cleared up.
Yeah.
We're now allowed to go back to some of those venues that we weren't allowed to ever go back to, because there's certain things you cannot say to presidential candidates.
We can't go back to the creme. We can never go back to the creme, though.
I'm just saying, if you're an ogre with a comb over, I'm going to comment on it. You ban me from your venue and any other gambling den that you're associated with, I will accept that and move on. But
Yeah.
no, guys, that was the first ever Monday Night MVPs. I really enjoyed it.
I did as well.
Hopefully you guys did too. Comment, like, subscribe. Just hit my bell and then you'll be able to get notifications of when new videos come up.
We do enjoy it when you ping our bell.
Absolutely. If you're not already on the Rumbleslam Facebook group, I really advise you join. Even if you just like looking at the different paint jobs people have done on the rings and stuff.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic stuff. I mean, I like our ring. It's simple. We still need to do some of the detailing on it, but it looks pathetic in comparison to some of theirs, doesn't
There's
it?
some beautiful ones on there,
Yeah, like there's some where the canvas is just... I mean, we specifically keeping the canvas grey. Any other rings we get will still have the grey canvas because it matches the bases of the models, because we don't like the clear, or I don't like the clear. You're indifferent.
Yeah. I'm very indifferent.
Yeah.
Shockingly indifferent.
So we'll always have the grey canvas, but certainly we are looking to maybe get some different coloured rings and things like that.
Sorry.
Because we're going to be... That's the thing. If you're in the northeast based area of the UK, which some of you are, we will be starting to do some like demo days of it and things like that to try and build up Rumbleslam in our area.
Yep.
If that's something that you guys are interested in, let us know in the comments and we'll tell you kind of where we're going to be and when. And it's something we will film so people who aren't there can see it.
Yeah.
And maybe, you know, if you're wanting to do some stuff in your area but you don't really know how to get started, it might inspire you a little bit. Or you might think, those guys are jokers, I'm going to do the exact opposite. But anyway...
What a pair of mugs.
Yeah, what a pair of simpletons.
Yes.
That's what I'm going to end on, I think.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for watching. We two simpletons are off now to go and lick things.
Oh.
I'm leaving it vague.
Okay.
Their minds are wandering. But no, as always, thank you guys for watching. Pray the dice gods hope to smile upon you.
Bye.